What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past few days. There are some big topics to discuss. Firstly, big advancements on Frenkie's renewal. We have a huge stadium update as well. When in the bloody hell are we returning to the Camp Nou? And finally, a new striker with very strong links is being rumored to be joining Barcelona following the likely departure of Robert Lewandowski this summer, and it is the Borussia Dortmund striker and Champions League top scorer of last season on a technicality, Guirassy, and we will discuss it all in this video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below, and make sure down below as well you subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. The first topic we have to discuss is the rumors of a new striker coming to Barcelona this summer. It's looking more and more likely that Lewandowski will be phased out and this will be his last season at Barcelona. Again, things can definitely change, but that is the path we are looking at right now. We've barely been linked with any strikers. Erling Haaland here and there, Julian Alvarez chucked in from deep, but finally we have the first strong reports, and it's coming in from Bild in Germany, and the journalist is very close to Hansi Flick, and he's come out saying that Hansi Flick is a huge admirer of Guirassy and is understood to be in favor of getting him next summer. However, differs in opinion as Joan Laporta, the president, prefers to position himself on the higher profile signing. Now this is very interesting. Will you listen to the manager? Will you go with what the president and sporting director say? I think Hansi Flick wanting Guirassy makes sense. I think he's a decent striker. The build that he has will, cook in Spain easily. And also, if maybe we sign him and maybe even keep Luo for another season, I think him as a reserve option would be great as well off the bench to impact games. Do not forget, I think the main thing that will dictate the striker signing is, of course, the presidential elections that will be taking place in a few months' time. Joan Laporta, he's basically guaranteed to win it, but he's going to have to make some promises, and I think he will promise some sort of star striker. And Guirassy does not really fit in a star striker profile, which I do understand. For me personally, I kind of agree a little bit with Joan Laporta that this team is ready. They need someone up front when they feed them. Turn killer. Guirassy has been doing great in the Bundesliga, Champions League top scorer last season, so he can do it at the big level. But he's not. I think he's great. I don't think he's world class / elite. I don't think he's quite there. Maybe this season he can definitely persuade me, but this is just how I see it from the highlights I've saw from the Dortmund games that we played against him 3 times last season. I think he's good. I think he could be borderline great, but I don't think he's at elite / world class level. And also, you can't forget, what would Dortmund ask for him? Because I think I'd value him right now if I was to buy him today, 50, 60 at the absolute most. I think he'd probably more of a 45, 50. I think Dortmund would ask for 80, 90 for him, which he's definitely not worth. So it'll be interesting to see if he has maybe a release clause. Will Dortmund have some sort of gentleman's agreement because Barcelona are coming in, or are they going to stay strong and ask for big money? That's also a big question mark as well. I will actually check right now as I'm recording and see how long his contract is at Borussia Dortmund, because it could be on a shorter team deal. It is until 2028. Market value right now is at 45, which I think is exactly where his value is at. So I think 45, 60 million is what we should get for him if we do go for him. I don't mind us going for him. I think it's a decent option, especially with the market for strikers already being taken last summer. Your Ekitikes, your Gyökeres, and all that sort of stuff have all gone last summer. You're basically looking at Erling Haaland, Julian Alvarez, maybe, but I think of course Haaland's number one. I think Isak was a strong one as well, but I would rather have, I don't know if this is crazy, let me know in the comments down below. I would rather have Guirassy than Julian Alvarez. I think Julian Alvarez is 100% a better player, but for what we need in our system and the style of striker we do need, I'd take Guirassy all day. But it's interesting to wait and see. It looks like Flick is, favoring the signing of Guirassy. It looks like a Barcelona ask him, hey, what kind of striker do you want? He would probably say Guirassy, and that for me is very interesting. But we'll wait and see with the presidential election what Joan Laporta thinks, if there is going to be a higher profile striker available. But he's probably the most realistic good striker we have been linked with in the past few months. So we'll wait and see how things do develop. But Guirassy on the agenda of Barcelona. Now, one of the current strikers at Barcelona who said recently that his idea and his objective is to be the main striker for Barcelona, that is Ferran Torres. Now, Marca have come out saying that Barcelona do not see Ferran Torres' contract situation as a priority right now. His contract expires in 2027, but there's no rush to open talks over an extension. Of course, right now the priority is your Frenkie de Jongs. Who else has a short-term? Eric Garcia as well. Probably looking at Ferran Torres maybe past next summer, but then you're risking, of course, when you're going to his deal. But Ferran Torres said recently that he wants to be the starting striker for Barcelona. I think Guirassy is better than Ferran Torres on a consistent, regular basis. But again, with Guirassy, you don't know, and this season is a good audition for Ferran Torres. Can he, get big goals? Can he score consistently as well? Can he be more clinical in his chances? And he is up for a renewal as well, so he's gonna have to perform, and also we're gonna have to make a decision as well. But I think the future of Ferran Torres is very, very interesting. Of course, a very versatile forward as well. Can play off the left, can play off the right, can even play down the middle if you really, really want to. But predominantly, of course, over the past year, has been playing up front as the number 9. I think he has a lot to improve for me to even consider relying on him as our starting striker. Again, he's already in-house. We already pay him. We already have him. So that is going to be a bit of a bonus. But again, we're talking about quality. We're talking about the Barcelona number 9. It ain't no easy feat. So I think this is definitely one to watch out for as well. Wait and see how he develops this season. Maybe he'll get an offer some elsewhere. We know that Saudi and Premier League clubs have always been knocking the door for Ferran Torres, but he's been adamant that he wants to continue, and I appreciate that. I think he's a fantastic squad player, a player for squad depth that we, of course, need. I don't want to lose him per se. I think renewal talks should be done after the contract renewal of Eric Garcia and Frenkie de Jong. So we'll wait and see what happens with Ferran, but again, his future a bit in question, especially with Barcelona looking to sign a new number 9 in the near future. Now, on the contract renewal talks, we do have a big update on one of the big contracts that we're trying to renew at Barcelona at the moment in Frenkie de Jong, an absolute pillar into Barcelona's team, leadership, and style of play. Fernando Polo of Mundo Deportivo came out with the biggest update recently. Negotiations with Frenkie de Jong and his new agent are progressing well. Both sides are aligned on most aspects of the new contract. Barcelona is offering 3 more seasons beyond the current one at lower amounts than his current salary, which had been inflated due to COVID-19 related deferrals. Frenkie is satisfied with the proposal and fully committed to staying thanks to his bond with the club, coach, and teammates. The agreement, already structured, ensures his salary is respected this season, with the new terms taking into effect in 2026. So in theory, Frenkie de Jong is happy. Like he says there, most of the aspects of the new contract are in alignment. So there is going to be a few things that need to be negotiated. But the main thing is, of course, the salary and the length of the deal. And that looks like there is a bit of an agreement that he'll earn his big salary this season. And then after that, it will go down for the next 3 seasons. And again, it is going to be a 3-year deal. Again, fully deserved from Frenkie. I mean, we've seen how well he's done since the new year, January 2025. He's been absolutely remarkable. Came back from a big injury as well. People are starting to see the light a little bit. I've always agreed that Frenkie de Jong is one of the best midfielders in the world. I've died on that sword. I've been in question about him due to his commitment to the club. Of course, he's had a lot of injuries in recent years, like the past year and a half, but his first 2-3 years at Barcelona were remarkable. The first year it started off well, then COVID, everyone kind of died down. The season under Koeman, he was absolutely exceptional. The season under Xavi as well, not the half season, the first full season, he was absolutely sensational. Last season, he was absolutely elegant. This is a midfielder that is second to none in the world of football, and this is one that we must keep. He's now building a partnership with Pedri in that double pivot that we cannot lose out on whatsoever. Again, he is agreeing on lower wages to help the club, and we have to commemorate that. One of the captains of the club. If Araujo's future goes south, he could be the club captain next season, the first team captain, because we are expecting Ter Stegen to leave, of course, in the next year. In Araujo's future, you never know with him being a squad player. Anything can happen. So wait and see with Frenkie de Jong's future. Again, a future that hopefully we can renew his contract by the end of this year. That's the most important part. Then you can focus on Eric Garcia as well, who does need a new deal. But this for me is fantastic news. He's now sacked his agent, former agent Ali Dursun. He has his new agents coming in, and negotiations are going well with Barcelona. Now, following the Ballon d'Or ceremony this past Monday, Barcelona have released 2 special new kits on their website available for purchase for our 2 big winners on the night. Firstly, Lamine Yamal for the Copa Trophy and Aitana Bonmati for winning her 3rd Ballon d'Or in a row. The Lamine kit looks fine. They probably just did that just to get some money from us, and I think low-key it's gonna work. I think the Aitana one, the number on her kit where you can see the Ballon d'Ors is absolutely sensational, but the Lamine one, the graphics of it, you see the design, his number as well, and the number itself has design as well. It looks like they put more effort into that one, which is a bit disappointing from Barcelona. I think they could have done something a little bit better with Aitana's name, maybe made it some sort of cool graphic or something like that, but hers to be plain with just a nice number, and then that means all decked out. I mean, it is kind of weird, but both kits look fantastic. I will be trying my best to get both in the replica fashion, of course, number 1 foot, link down below. Get your kits down there, use boy10 for a 10% off, but these kits look fantastic and they are available for purchase if, of course, you are interested. And the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is in regards to the stadium reconstruction and the stadium opening. Now, of course, Barcelona were trying their best to have the match this weekend, this Sunday against Sociedad, to be played at the Camp Nou. Unfortunately, it will not. It will be at the Montjuic, officially confirmed by the club. Beforehand, though, Raccoon were saying that the club have submitted a new appeal to the city council to get the green light, and they're hoping to get it for the Real Sociedad game. And Joan Laporta was speaking to Raccoon on that day as well, saying that we have done the work and have presented all certificates. There are all the safety guarantees, and the Camp Nou field is ready to be played on. Now the ball is in the court of the Barca City Council, and following their next submission, the City Council did not grant Barcelona the first occupancy permit. Firefighters identified shortcomings in safety measures, especially in the evacuation route. Now, when you look at this more in depth, there's a very narrow evacuation route, issues with the movements of emergency vehicles, poorly finished staircases, deficiencies in emergency signage, barriers that do not meet the required height, and the council has obligated the club to address all these observations, but it is not specified a deadline for their completion. After the modifications, a new inspection will be conducted to give Barcelona the green light for the repeated postponement of the Camp Nou. All this for me is mumbo jumbo politics. People keep telling me in the last video, oh, what do you mean by politics, Barcelona boy? Everyone wants Barcelona to fail. The people in the city council, despite them being from Barcelona, are trying to disrupt Joan Laporta. Why? Because he has elections coming up. You can look at the journalists and the media online. How has the stadium been delayed this month? Laporta, this is not a good look. And they keep delaying it because they don't like Laporta. The city council do not like Laporta. So that's why it's all politics with the upcoming election for Barcelona. But you can see in the video, this goddamn stadium is ready. They can shove their narrow exits up their arse, and that stuff is all logistics that can be easily fixed in a day or two. It's not something where you have to reject a whole entire permit to have games be played. That's why they rejected it, because they saw one little issue and they're going to take it. And this will continue. This is why I don't think that we will play this year. I think we will probably return to the Camp Nou if I was to put money on it. February. In time for the Champions League round 16, or maybe in the new year. But this is gonna happen. They're gonna fix these problems. They're gonna find something else. They're gonna fix these problems, find something else. Ideally, with the issues that they are listing, we should be back here after the October international break 100%. We have a lot of home games. We have Girona, Olympiacos, Elche, 3 very, very easy games that we can get 9 out of 9 points easily if we're at the Camp Nou, and that is the situation right now that we're currently at. I think it is embarrassing for the city council to be rejecting it over meaningless little things. Yes, there could be issues, I don't deny that, but issues that can take just a day to fix, and they're rejecting the whole license and they're making us reapply every single time. This is why it's politics. But the most important thing, the most satisfying thing from my perspective is that, as you can see from the video, stadium is ready. Pitch is ready, goal posts are ready, the stadium's ready to be holding, more than 27,000, dressing rooms and, media areas, all ready. We are now down to just logistics, just politics, and just, minor BS that we're waiting for this damn permit to be approved. So we'll wait and see how things do turn out. Again, if I was to predict, I would say February, just because I think they're going to delay it. But ideally, I think based on what we've seen, the report and everything, this should be done by after the October international break coming up. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past few days. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course in the comments down below as well. Let me know your thoughts on everything we did discuss. The main thing I want first, of course, is your thoughts on Guirassy being a Barcelona striker next season. Second, your thoughts on the renewal of Frenkie de Jong and the conditions around it. And finally, on our return to the Spotify Camp Nou, when do you believe we will play our first match back in our stadium? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.
Barcelona.